Welcome back to the National Defense. It's Randy Miller, and everybody's talking about this the new love story. It's the Ryan Murphy's love story, and we've got new episodes air every Thursday on both Hulu and Disney. And Noah Fearnley is right in the middle of all of that. Noah, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Randy. How are you?
Good, man. You played college ball?
I did. I played college football at a school near Boston, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And did you want to be a professional football player?
I did. I did. I had a lot of different journeys, but football was one of them. The military was another road that I was uh, considering going down, and then I ended up finding myself in the world of pretend.
Yeah, much safer in the world of pretend.
Yes,
What
of course.
do you have some military in your family?
My family was all either police or firefighters or that sense. My grandfathers and stuff were military. Fire and police were more, but I was uh, yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, so when you found out about this new series, and I watched episode one, excellent stuff. Is that did you know a lot about JFK or his dad, or how much of that did you know?
Well, my mother and my grandmother, my whole life spoke about JFK Jr. and JFK and Carolyn were loved by so many, and their story is known around the world. And so, just for this show in particular, it's something that I think a lot of people connect with, and um, it's just a good, moment in time that people can they can go back and see the '90s and remember life before social media and phones.
Right, right. Well, and that is kind of nostalgic, especially how the series starts with the airplane, and to kind of go back and think about those, and they were really simpler times. I mean, when you didn't rely on a lot of technology, but to imagine yourself as that kind of a personality born into a family like that, where there are so many expectations of you and so much pressure. Can you relate to that at all?
Yeah, I had a very emotional upbringing. I've been you know since 8 years old. I've been going through it in a way emotionally, with family and life and things. So I had to grow up very very young. I grew up at the age of 8, I call it. And so yeah, I relate to stuff like that. And of course, I played football in college, and I blew up my knee and had to figure out that new road, and
Mm.
then got into the world of filmmaking, and so it's been a great journey. But yeah.
We're talking to Noah Fearnley here on the National Defense, Ryan Murphy's love story, the number one show, by the way, on Hulu and Disney, and new episodes air every Thursday. And for you to get this role, that had to be first of all with Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy calls you, you just go yes, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's making he has so many shows in the pipeline, and he's always making and producing and creating. So I mean, yeah, when Ryan Murphy calls for a show, you answer.
Right, right. And is everything that you've done up to this point, is this like the pinnacle right now of where you are?
I would say, I worked on a film a couple of years ago, maybe it was a year ago, and it just came out recently. It was with Chris Pratt, and
Oh,
it
the
was
Mercy.
Mercy. Yeah. So I worked on the film Mercy, and I wasn't there for too long. I was on the film, just a short time, but I spoke with Chris, and I mean, wow, I grew up watching Chris Pratt, and he was a a guy that I looked up to, and I walked onto the set, and a newer kid, young kid, didn't want to overstep anyone, and I was in the same room as him, and when we were holding, and I was over in the corner in my chair, and I didn't want to bother him, and just the nicest individual. He looks over at me and he's like, hey, you, what's your name? Come over and sit next to me. And I'm like, me. What do you mean, man? Oh, sure, yeah, cool, of course, Chris Pratt, yeah, yeah. And and I sat with him, and just, I mean, he changed my freaking perspective that day, because
Wow.
I have filmed a lot of movies, little movies, but as the lead role, let's call it. But I've been the lead of a lot of littler movies that a lot of people haven't seen. So to be in his shoes, I understand his shoes to some extent perspective. So I didn't want to bother him. I know he's busy, but he really took the time to ask me questions, to be nice to me, and to be kind to me in a time that I know he was busy. And so I will never forget the impact that he kind of put onto my life till this day. And I know he probably has no idea the impact, but it really hit me that day. So
That's so cool to hear, man.
yeah.
It reminds me of an experience a couple of years ago. Went out to LA and interviewed Keanu Reeves when he did John Wick 4. And I was kind of the same way. I mean, here's John Wick standing in front of you. And the first question I asked him was, do you think how many Navy SEALs would it take to subdue John Wick? And he immediately said, "Listen, if there was a Navy SEAL, we'd be having a drink in a bar." I mean, it was it just those guys are just. I mean, it's so nice to find out about your heroes when you meet them, and that they turn out to be those kind of guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, and even like Chris's brother, like his brother was so kind to me. We were watching Chris do a couple scenes beforehand, and his brother came over to me and he's like, "Hey, who are you? Nice to meet you." And I didn't even know who he was, and I was just being friendly. "Hey, nice to meet you." And come to find out, it was his brother, and I was like, "Wow!" Just they were just some really nice guys that just went out of their way to be kind to me. And I was this young kid, didn't know anything, didn't know anybody, and just changed my perspective that day for sure.
That's so cool. Well, you're so good in
Yeah,
this. Ryan Murphy's Love Story. New episodes here every Thursday, Hulu and Disney. Congratulations on all your success, and man, it's going to be fun to watch your career.
thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. Thanks.